Yo, what's happening, guys? METAVERSEMILLEN here, how are we all today? Welcome back to another video. We're currently in LA right now. We're looking through the map. We've been through Tycoon as well. We want to address some stuff on the UPX earnings as well because I've had so many messages about the UPX earnings and like what's my thoughts and my opinions and that. So I've replied to a lot of players, but it'll be nice to put it all into a package so you can actually understand like other kind of aspects of this UPX earnings and how it's actually going to play out, and hopefully how it'll play out in other ways as well. So yeah, we'll get into the video. Been earning good on Upland right now as well, so with everything going on with Tycoon and other stuff, the UPX is still coming in through that as well, and then also the yield as well. Hopefully we can get that up, which we're going to talk about in the video, but before we jump into that, we'll go quickly over the account and then I'll make the video mostly about the UPX earnings and basically how you can get your 5 to get your 14.7% as well. But we'll go quickly over to the Spark Exchange, over to Tycoon as well. You can see right now we're sitting at 17,299, so we're bringing that in every single day now. The account's going really good. I got a message off someone what's actually not wanting to continue, so we've actually like come to an arrangement and that, and I've managed to pick up a few more windmills and other stuff on the game as well. So now we're at 30 windmills, 7 lumber mills, and then 6 ore mines as well. So really happy with that. The energy's coming in, and then also like the lumber and ore now as well. So, and then with all the new node updates as well, so you can get the medium wooden mills now, so you can actually research it. One research facility I've already got, and then you'll need 20 schematics and then 50 energy to unlock the research, and then you'll be able to build the node. I believe you get 20%, it's 20% extra materials, resources to build, and then you'll get an extra 10% output on top of your original as well. So that's if you want to go down that line. For our account right now, we're very happy with the windmills we've got and how the account's going. We don't plan to actually like level up any of our nodes. You can see here we've still got 4 spots available, and then there's another spot here as well available, so we could really go up to 35 node slots if we want. And then we've also got one apartment nearly finished as well, what will be finished this month. So this apartment's going really well. We've got 2.98 spark now because we're treasure hunting every single day, and then we'll get the 1.2 spark once I hit 10 million as well. So you can see 35 days left on this, and then we'll have another 6 node slots available as well if we need it. We've got the 17,000 over there to buy another property in Granada Hills, and then also we've got the 9,796,000 now. Also I need to transfer that 17,000 over from Tycoon, so it'll be, take away the tax, we'll be close to like, well, we'll probably be at 9,810,000 roughly going forward. So every single day now we're bringing in about 22,000 a day right now, which is amazing between the yield and also Tycoon. And then sponsors as well, we're still running, so that's 10,000 UPX. Send that to James UK, and then you can get a slot in the middle of these videos to promote anything Upland, any like kind of meta ventures, any other businesses in the game that you want to kind of push to the audience on this channel as well. So yeah, that's something, if you want to interested in that, just give me a message at James UK, and then we can get that sorted as well. So we add that on, plus a visit fees and other things. So yeah, the account's going up nicely now. We can actually like start to push it really well now. We're sitting close to 10 million. We'll get that 1.2 spark hopefully by the end of the month. Like it should be by the end of the month we'll push that over 10 million, but maybe by the end, like hopefully there's a spark week this end of this month. Hopefully by like the last few days of spark week we'll push this over and get our 1.2 spark, getting us up to like, what will that be, like 4.18, and then hopefully we'll get the 0.02 before that as well, or maybe a little bit more as well. So yeah, we'll be over 4.2 hopefully, and then we'll be able to like grow that, build a few more structures, just see what's happening with Granada Hills and other stuff as well, because this is where all the time, energy and effort is spent right now. As you know, we don't do like different city releases on this channel. We spend all the time on Granada Hills. This is kind of where the hub is. This is where we do most of our business, and this is where the factory is. This is where the showroom is. This is where their home address is, and then also we'll have the racetrack, which is just right next door, and it also goes through Granada Hills as well, right through the factory and all down the different locations as well, which is cool to see. And then what I want to do is actually quickly jump on and talk about these UpX earnings, like the seasons, everything, because like I've had so many messages today, like people really like it, then a lot of people are just like not enjoying it at all, like they don't like it, they don't want to play anymore. So we're going to jump on, we're actually going to talk through like how I believe UpX earnings will go and stuff as well, because I don't believe Upland's going to chuck something out what is just going to purposely affect a lot of players and make a lot of players not want to continue, especially after everything they've like invested and put into the game, and like the kind of the hours they've actually put into playing the game of Upland. So what I want to do is, because this comment came through as well, what was really good. So he said, this is George Bayfield 8104. He said, "Hi Millen, thanks for the video. Just curious, which of the 5 on the list you think you'll get done easily? I'm a very active player such as yourself, but I'm panicking that I won't be able to get these done. I wasn't aware that you took part in racing or treasure hunts. I take part in the treasure hunts, but because it's not on the laptop right now, I can't film the content, and because I want to make these videos better, we're going to go to like editing software at the end of the month and other stuff, hopefully. So we don't want to keep cutting back from like a mobile back to a normal view, and that our plans with this content going forward is going to be a lot bigger, like, and a lot like kind of another camera and other stuff going forward. So I don't really like jump into a phone screen to treasure hunt and then back to like kind of this kind of one-on-one the way I film these videos. So in the future you'll see more like kind of a BC camera, but hopefully treasure hunting comes back to the desktop so we can actually play it live together. But that's why I don't do that. The racing I don't do at the moment. I got a van, actually. I got a van yesterday, so that's really cool. I've got a really nice van now, so player swapped that with me as well, so that's really cool. So we can actually move around Upland when we need to. And then also we've got the racetrack going up in Granada Hills as well, but I don't race at the moment. Not really into the racing. Like, I do watch a little bit of it, but I think like in the future when it comes along a lot further, we'll get into the racing and stuff. But like right now we've got so many other stuff like we do in Upland. So yeah, not really doing the racing, but yeah, we treasure hunt every single day to actually get as many spark chests and UpX as we can. I know for a fact you never travel to other cities or participate in city releases. No, I don't do city releases at all. Like, I believe like Upland, like there's always like you can choose which way you're going to make money. Is this way better than this? Am I going to put into Tycoon this week? How long is Tycoon's market going to stay at a high? So am I going to have enough time to get my return out of that? Is that return going to be bigger than if I put it into something in Upland, or is that going to be a higher return than if I got a block explorer? Is that going to be a higher return than if I got a collection and got the bonus on it? So like, there's not one set way to actually go, but I believe like all my time, energy, resources, everything's going into Granada Hills. It has done for probably a year now, and like we're close to getting down to 2,000 properties left unminted. There's nearly 100 people on the Discord now as well chatting about Granada Hills and jumping on. And then once we get this extra spark, all this UpX this year is all going into Granada Hills. It's going to take a time because there's over 14,000 properties in Granada Hills. But every single UpX, every single dollar, like honestly I spend hours like researching, looking at data, looking at graphs, the neighborhood ratings, like everything to try and get it ready to go into a good position, because it's not easy. It's like a massive place to actually build. I don't believe in quickly jumping over to like saving up my UpX, saving up 1 million UpX, and then going over to another city to try and split something for double the profit, when I can realistically buy for dollar like I do right now, get a 30 to 40% markup, sell that for like nearly 3-4x, and then put that back into Granada Hills that way. So my money, like, and the sales, I believe that it's a lot easier, so I can spend more time making these YouTube videos. I can spend more time doing like other stuff in the game which makes me UpX, than if I was going to spend my time like traveling over to a city, doing the research on that city, doing all the time, the locations. Like, when I'm going to invest my own money, which this is probably close to $6,000 now, I'm going to guarantee that I know where that money's going, and every bit of that penny is in a certain place. So I like the city releases. I love how other players enjoy the city releases, but my focus is Granada Hills, and I like, a lot of people have invested, a lot of people trust me, a lot of people really like have put a lot of time in Granada Hills, so I'm not going to spend my time like and my resources going around trying to make up picks elsewhere. I buy other places in LA so I can treasure hunt to get more spark, which actually helps Granada Hills. So everything's related to Granada Hills going forward. So yeah, we don't treasure hunt, we don't do anything like that. Maybe like when other places come out in the future, we will get property. I'm not saying we're not going to get showrooms or factories or open a cafe in a different location, but LA and like Granada Hills is definitely going to be my hometown for life, and every single UPEX, every dollar like going forward for that time is going to be in Granada Hills, getting that floor, raising that floor up as well, so the sooner you get in the bigger it can grow. Not financial advice. Really looking for some help here. Do you think that there should be more tasks to give us the opportunity to hit 5? Because at the moment I play for an hour each day and I'm not getting these. No, I don't think there should be more tasks. I believe 12 tasks is a lot. I do believe that they've set it up that you're never going to get the 12 tasks. That's one thing I'll say. And for that extra 0.5, I believe at the top end, if you're trying to get the top end, you have the right to kind of be a little bit like, I believe like maybe for every 1 after 5, you get like a 0.1% like extra. So like you could get 7 and then get like, you know, that boost like with 0.2 after you get the 5 first ones. So I believe there's other ways to get up to like your 15.2% top. I believe that's like really hard. So like realistically, we play every single day for about 3-4 hours and we're not getting that, like, so there's no chance that we're getting that. Maybe some other players are getting that if you're like really good at racing, but you have to be good at racing, but then you also have to be good at competitive treasure hunting at the same time. Whereas we get every single chest, we get about 16-17 chests a day. We don't miss one on a standard treasure hunt, but I'm not very good at competing and treasure hunting like this. I'm growing my account up and good at data. I'm really good at maths, that kind of thing, and like sales, and like that's my kind of expertise. But I'm not very good at like competitive treasure hunting. Like it takes me 4 to 5 minutes to get the trick chest, and then I treasure hunt for about 2 to 3 hours a day right now just to get the spark for the account. So yeah, that's basically how we go with that. We don't believe like there should be more tasks. No, I believe like it's very hard to get all of the tasks, and that's maybe something they can tweak and change, because right now everyone's just going to get a 5, and like unless you've got like, say you're Abdullah, like fair enough that like 0.5% might be worth like millions and millions of UPEX, but to like the average person, like that extra 0.5 is just not going to be worth to get the whole 12. But then again, for the 5, I believe like a lot of players can definitely hit the 5. And then it feels like nothing to do with activity, as I'm very active and stand to get my income halved. Any advice would be appreciated. So I wanted to like give a proper like message back, because this is a really nice message, just like well put out, just like really just like not asking like can you do this, and just really like a really nice comments. I was like, you're welcome, brother, I love your question. And then I was like, I believe I'll get the 7-day login, so that's the first one. I believe I'll get the 25-day login, because obviously I log in every day anyway, so you'll get these ones. Mint 3 properties. We mint probably about 30 properties every single month right now in Granada Hills anyway, so we plan to do that continuing. And then even when I'm like going forward, like if you're a small player, you've got Stockton and you've got Trenton what are coming out as well, so you will be able to get FSA properties, or you'll also be able to get like cheap properties. And then also other places as well, you can like buy property in Detroit, you know, like around like 4,000 5,000 UPEX. Even if you're buying on the secondary market, like 30,000 UPEX sounds like a lot, but then like those properties you're getting back kind of or you're like, you know, or you sell a property and then you buy another property, that counts as well. So there is ways to actually like go about it as well. But I'll definitely be minting 3 properties, and I believe like a lot of players in the game, that's basically, you need to mint 1 property every 2 weeks roughly for the season. And then here, this is going to be the one what might trip up a few players, but for me, buy 6 properties. We buy 6 properties anyway, whether it's dollar or UPEX. We try and get the floor up in Granada Hills, so we're always buying less than 10,000. We try and do that every time we get enough UPEX. If we're not, we're minting out property. But yeah, we'll always buy 6 properties as well on the secondary market, and then we'll complete 5 standard treasure hunts as well. I believe this one will be One we'll always get anyway. Whether you're good at, like, if you're good at competitive treasure hunting as well, you could swap one of them out for this one. And then if one of these fall through, so say I don't get any of these, I'll just travel to 5 cities as a backup. I believe like you can travel from Fresno and other places and get different, like another 4 cities for less than like 1,000 UPEX, maybe even like 800 UPEX, even cheaper. So there's definitely ways to do it, but this is like what I'm going to talk about in this bit here is like I don't race, but building a track for Granada Hills currently. I also treasure hunt daily, but as I can't play on the desktop, currently runs the content, going back to the phone screen. I believe after a couple of seasons of data, it will speak for itself. If it creates a stronger market and I sell more property and assets for UPEX, which is greater than the percent difference, I am all for it. But if this doesn't create a stronger market, increase sales, it doesn't work, and then people stop investing and playing. So what I see here is you have to, like, these two are going to be very like high up on a lot of players like kind of agenda to actually like keep their yield coming in. So even if they have this on the next season as well, so the 6th season, so technically I know they might change and they might be different, but realistically, even if you class this, what's that, 18 minted properties all year round from every one player, because I'm sure there'll be something close to this on the next one as well. So you've got 18 properties getting minted every single year by one player. So imagine how many properties are getting minted in the game, the economy, and then also here. So this is like, imagine that, 36 properties. This might be a little different next month and so month, but right now, even just going off frost season, if everybody's trying to buy 6 properties off the secondary market for UPEX, that UPEX might calculate into more like profit than the percent difference. And this is what I'm getting at right now. A lot of players are like, oh no, 10%, 5%, 4.9%. Like, no, like my earnings are going down. But what if this creates more sales? What if your sales are 3x that there was before? What if more players are like buying property? More properties will get minted out in the game, drives more traffic to your property as well. So once players are minting out 3 properties, there's so much more land what's getting bought up in the game of Upland. Then it's driving more sales into the secondary market as well. So this is what I was getting at here. I believe like in the data, this pushes minting in the secondary market transactions. So when I get 14.7%, I earn 148,230. So roughly we get that every single month in yield before the new seasons come out. So obviously we'll get this season still. But this is what I kind of mean. And about 8 sales a month, give or take. So right now we're getting about 8 sales. Some months are better, some months are worse, and you got to remember this is over a 6-week period, frost season as well, so we're probably getting about what 12 sales every season right now. So if you take around 40,000 profit, or you could do 60,000 for like the whole season. So if my sales 3x, I am making more than the percent difference. So only time will tell, but account growth isn't completely tied to yield. With the amount I have invested, it would be silly of me just to chase a 15-10% extra without looking at the bigger picture. I might lose 5% yield but gain 10% in property sales, if that makes sense. So what I see in the game, definitely, so right now we're basically earning 148,000 every single month. So say that went down to 4.9%. That would drop me down to say 50,000, just under 50,000, but just say 50,000 I'm earning in yield every single month if I don't want to complete any tasks at all. So that means 50,000, but what if I earn 100,000 UPEX in profit that month? So, you know, right now we're selling about 40k in profit. So like we're earning 40k in profit in sales right now. So all we'd have to do is earn 100,000 for that percentage to be beneficial for us, instead of, so that percentage to go down to 10% is actually making the economy stronger, which is generating more sales in assets, in property, and other stuff in Upland. So you're missing the point. If there's a high interest rate, the economy is usually doing bad, like right now in the world. Like you've got a high interest, you know, everybody's getting like 4% in the UK or whatever it is. Some people are getting less, some people are getting more. But, you know, I remember you didn't get any kind of interest since like 10 years ago. And then now all of a sudden you're getting interest on your money again. So that doesn't mean that's a good thing. So to earn this much money is kind of like the way to push players into the game. But if that's lower, the economy, the market's strong as well. So I would rather earn 5% base and be able to clear 200,000-300,000 UPEX a month than earn 15% and like not sure if I'm going to sell any property this month. Like year's kind of last year, sorry, is like the property sales have not been the best. So it's kind of like, if the property sales go up 2-3x, like, I'll be all for it. The economy's going great, but for right now, we just don't know how it's going to play out. I guess like this is really good for like obviously players coming into the game, and then also this is really good for stopping like players just like hoarding their UPEX and not wanting to like interact with Upland at all. Like, I do understand like Upland want players to be involved with the game and other stuff. So yeah, Upland's really got to make sure that the market is working, and like I do believe behind Upland and Dirk and stuff with the economy and everything. So this is going to be really interesting. I guess this is where he steps up now to see what actually happens. I'm all for it. If that 5% means like a stronger economy, like I've got more chance to sell property, there's more players buying and selling in the market, like I'm all for it, because that 5% I'm earning base, I might have earned 14%, 20% like you did before, 18% or whatever it was. That's all right, you've earned that money. But right now it's kind of like I'd rather earn 5% and know that the market's a lot stronger than earning 18% and it's just like nothing's selling in the game. It's just like the same kind of games. So yeah, don't always look at just like the one like kind of tunnel vision into like kind of the percentage, when you can actually look at the bigger picture and like what's going on in the game. Because if sales don't go up, then it's like, yeah, Upland will have to adjust their percentage, or maybe the base goes up to like 7%, or you know, that kind of idea, maybe 10%. If the economy doesn't go up as quick as they think. But with all these new kind of cities coming online, all these new places, I think there's like nearly 100,000 properties coming on, like 85% of them are FSA, so like 85,000 properties roughly coming online. So Upland's obviously like adjusting and calculating and planning for something, especially like with Sparklet and ETH and that. So yeah, it's like you can't really see right now to have an opinion on if it's good or bad, because until the data comes in and until you've sold properties, like we'll make a video like every single day roughly, you know, give or take, to film Upland content and Tycoon. So we'll actually like monitor it and we'll like speak honest and open. Like I love Upland, I've worked like and done content with Upland as well, like the podcast. So like people may see it like as biased, but I really try and speak like my honest opinion. I've invested like over $5,500, close to $6,000 into the game. And I'm very chilled. I believe I can get my 5 tasks as well. And I believe if I can get my 14.7%, but then also more people are getting pushed to buy property, I could actually start earning a lot more UPEX each month as well. So this might benefit a lot of players as well, not just like negatively impact them. So you need to see it from both sides, and like don't follow what people say. This is what I'll say, like I see everybody talking and saying stuff as well, but like watch the data, watch Upland, watch where properties sell, what time of night they sell, what time the Tycoon market's at its highest, what time's at its lowest. If you want to really make money, you've got to spend your time and invest. Like I study the market, like I won't put money into it unless I realise it's going to go somewhere, or maybe I've made a mistake, but then next time I can learn from it and put the UPEX somewhere else. Like we held off on Tycoon and then we realised that like investing in dollars over UPEX and resources can actually grow our UPEX higher and our yield even higher. So there's different ways and different strategies, but there's not one set way. Like Upland might come out with an update next month, or there might be another like 1,000 players come into the game, and it changes like the kind of the balance of how many sales versus the percentage in yield. So like anything's possible, but until we've actually like watched it and tracked it for definitely a couple of seasons, I believe, like if I start to see more property sales, because the task on this is, where is it, minting, where's Upland gone here? So this one, I really think buy 6 properties on the secondary market. I really do think like a lot of players will just use this one as a quick kind of way to complete their tasks, because a lot of these like the racing and stuff, competitive treasure hunting, complete 3 property collections, like at the start for a new player, this is a great one. Like once you come in, like obviously you might have to put a little bit into getting property and stuff, and I know if you're completely coming into the game not putting anything into the game, it's going to be like a lot harder. But I definitely think you can log in 7 days or 25 days. What else? Construction, never getting that. 5 standard treasure hunts, I believe, like with about 1,000 UPEX. You could definitely get even if you don't get a few of the treasures, like I believe you could like do 10 treasure hunts and get 5 of them. Definitely for less than 1,000 UPEX in like kind of Detroit or somewhere like that, or a tier 5 or something like that. Because it doesn't say it has to be like a tier 1, or it doesn't have to be LA. So like I definitely believe someone could go somewhere like to a tier 5 city or whatever, and actually treasure hunt and collect their 5 chests there on a smaller kind of like easier map as well. Where else? What else do I think they can get? Mint property, complete, ornament, construction. So yeah, the standard treasure hunt is something that I think a lot of players should benefit on treasure hunting, like, or at least try to treasure hunt and get 5 chests. I think these two are definitely, and then I think these two are what people are going to go for as well. Obviously, if you're into racing and you win racing, like, I guess you could work with one of your friends as well. Kind of like Tycoon, how 2 of you could just visit each other and get loot boxes. I guess 2 of you could like do a 5 race, and then both of you win 2 each, and then whoever wins the last race is a winner. Like, it's not kind of like, I'm not encouraging that, but I guess that's what a lot of players will do. So they can get the 2 races, like, so everyone gets 2 races each, and then the race on the final one for the winner. So you could basically do 2 races where someone wins and another 2 races where the other player wins, kind of ideas. Yeah, I believe like if you kind of, I don't know how Upland's going to like enforce this and other stuff as well, but that's something like 2 of you could do, no problem. And then this is a backup one for me. Visit 5 cities you're using public transport or private transport. I believe like if we don't get in, like say we have 4 and we're like running out of time to get a 5th, which we don't get, say we don't get this, or I get ill or whatever it is, or I don't get like the treasure hunts for whatever reason, I could visit 5 different cities using public transport, and that would cost me about 1,000 UPEX. But I believe if you go Fresno, you can get it for like less than 800 UPEX, something like that. So there is ways about that, but for me, I don't mind spending a few thousand UPEX just to get that 14.7% boost. So yeah, there's different ways. Like Fresno's a way you can actually move around the market cheap. Obviously, if you're buying and minting properties, go to somewhere like Detroit. Somewhere where really cheap properties. It's not saying you have to be in a certain city, or so you can actually like benefit to like where you're minting them properties, where you're buying them secondary market properties. Check UPX land, check where the cheapest properties are in the game of Upland, and then go buy those properties, go mint those properties, and then you can like get in a lot cheaper as well. And then with everything coming out with all these new cities and stuff as well, there's not really an excuse to actually get in and that. I know if you've not got any UPX and that, and you want to do it completely for free, like, sorry, like I really am, but if you're that player what's trying to grow off nothing, like, it comes to a point where it's just, you can play the game, like, you can enjoy your time on Upland, but you're never going to grow into a big player without like kind of a starter push, or maybe like a little kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to like, because yeah, you can jump in and get free properties and stuff and have a real good time on Upland, but like the players what are talking about earning like good returns and stuff, and like they're not wanting to spend a $5 here or whatever, and it's just like, it, like, what realistically, where do you want to be on Upland and where do you want to plan? Because we probably spend about 4 to 5 hours every single day like monitoring the market, the data and other stuff, and with the investment, like, we're very happy and comfortable, and we plan to like go down different strategies and different ways to actually like get UPEX and dollars out of the game in the future, and just loads of different ways going forward. Granada Hills, I believe that will leverage and that will make a lot more UPEX than any city kind of going forward. You know, I believe like Granada Hills can be the place to be, and that's where I'm really going to spend time, like building, pushing it, this YouTube, even on the Discord, link in the description. There's so much comments, so much good stuff as well. So with the UPEX earnings, I do believe it's a good thing right now, but only time will tell. So if that was going to be my conclusion, like, it'll just take time to actually see if the economy gets a lot better, more people are involved in the game, there's more sales. If I'm making more than that difference in percentage, to say I lost the 10% and it went down to the 4.9% from 14.7, but if I'm selling 3 times as much property, I'm going to be able to make that difference. It's not definitely going to just be that way. You need to see how many properties sell, like what's it look like in the broader picture. So yeah, that's basically what I think about it. Hope that's helped. Hope everybody's enjoying Upland. Hope some people have actually like kind of calmed down now as well, because I was at work today and it was just like buzz, and it was like, yeah, something's happened. Like, I don't know if I got like, I thought I got put in Alcatraz or something, because like, yeah, the phone was going mad and that, like, people absolutely kicking off. So yeah, totally understand it though. Like players have put in, and this is another thing as well. Like players have actually, like me as well. Upland's always said that the yield's going to go down, but then there's a lot of players what love property in that, and I'm like, it needs to like this super app is great and all this other different ways, but there needs to be like focus on the properties. Like this is one like little thing in the background. What I would say, like it'll be like, yeah, the layer 2, this, that, but like there's been all these updates with everything a set property, and like a lot of the big investors and a lot of the content creators are around property and like the yields and kind of like advertising, like inside, like wanting to go inside with the cafes with nowhere, like all this kind of like, and there's a lot of UPEX and a lot of dollars and a lot of players what have actually joined Upland for the growth in the property and the yields, not so much having to treasure hunt or do so much. So they love the game of Upland, but they don't want to race, they don't want to. So I believe like they can't go too far either, because there's so many players what have put in a lot of money to try and get like investors and other stuff, and I know they want a lot of players to play, and like there's got to be a balance. So like, because I play all the time, but I'm an investor as well. I see it from both sides. Like I play every single day, I treasure hunt every day. I couldn't see myself not playing. Like I love just going on and playing, and like having that investment makes the game more fun for me. But yeah, if I wasn't able to like just sit and like track my properties, or say I had to like go and build like 8 properties or this, then I'd start losing. Like I want to go on my journey with the properties, and I want to be able to like sell, like rent the properties out to other players. I want to do all these kind of different stuff with the properties. Maybe with this saved UPEX like they get from this reduced earnings, they could put into like structures. If you own a structure on a property, you get boosted earnings. What's actually going to happen with the extra UPEX, which they save off the difference? That'll be interesting to see when Upland actually tell us where that UPEX is going. And is that going to go into like structures? Is that going to go into like other content? Is that going to go into different giveaways? Are spark rewards going to be higher? Is like, what is like what's that difference going to go for? Like, why is it going to benefit the player? Like, let's know a little bit more kind of why the players should want to actually go ahead, like, and why the players should want this, you know. So is this going to like impactly, like, is it going to focus on sales? Is it going to focus on like user retention? Is it more for like the data, so like Upland can be more kind of good for investors? Like, you know, there's no bad answer. Like, you know, Upland's got to make money as well, so like what is the answer kind of thing? That would be cool to see, like kind of have an interview. Maybe like I'll reach out and like kind of have, it would be good to have like sit down and proper have a good chat and that, and like have a really like kind of, because there's some questions like really good questions, I think, like a different kind of side of the conversation what I've seen on YouTube and other forums as well. So yeah, that might be something what I'd love to like kind of look into. So but yeah, just seeing how they tick and how like they actually are looking at this, because I'm not like against it or for it. I just like, where's the kind of like, this will work if this goes a certain way, or if this percentage doesn't go up, we might have to go back or revert back to the old earnings, or, you know, it'll just be so cool to actually see. And like with sales and property and stuff, I'm very optimistic as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing what actually happens, and then we've got a lot of money invested as well. So yeah, if it's going to affect anyone, it'll affect me as well. So like my money is where my mouth is as well. So if I get dropped down to 4.9%, I'll be pretty pissed off, like, not gonna lie. So we're going to try and like push and get as many of these tasks in as possible, and then at that point we can actually like see if sales go up and other stuff in the game as well. But yeah, with Spark Exchange and Spark Tycoon, we won't even have to play Upland anymore. Like realistically, we can just collect our energy every single day now. We've got 30 windmills going. We can just collect that energy, the lumber, the ore, and then just build more stuff and then just sell it. See, like right now it goes in and it just comes back out again in UPEX. It's great, and then that just goes over to here. That'll get us up to 30k, and then we'll be able to buy and mint 2 more properties in Granada Hills. That'll add towards our tasks as well. So Tycoon is literally gonna fund the whole UPEX earnings right now, which is amazing. So like Stosh, congratulations, like Tycoon is like the best thing ever. And not gonna lie, I spend like a lot of my time on Tycoon now, so Like, Upland want you to be able to take advantage of layer 2 games and other stuff as well. So we're earning, like, what are we earning? Even with the 14.7%, we earned about 5,000 UPEX a day. You know, right now we're earning 17,299 a day. So, like, what is the difference? Because then that's basically, I'm earning 45% on Tycoon. Like, so if you're losing 3% off not filling a task up, but you're earning an extra 45% on Tycoon, like, what is the difference now? This is what I'm getting at as well. Like, even if our base went down to 4.9%, if Tycoon stays like this, we'll be earning 3 times as much as if any property sells in Upland. So right now, Upland's a bonus, but like, Tycoon's kind of like, not like the layer 1, but for me, like, Tycoon's kind of where the properties are coming in. You know, like, you can get your windmills, you can upgrade your windmills, kind of like everything I want to see in Upland and properties. You know, you can level up, you can like add research and facilities, and you could, like, you know what I mean, like the schematics. So you could have solar on your roof, or you could have like different kind of like, this is driving me mad. I need to, like, this is what I want to see in the, like, not in like old, like, kind of like the kind of Kingdom style, or like kind of like the Tycoon, but more like where Upland is now. But like, you could add a bonus on, you get an extra like an extra percent on your yield because you have the, like, a solar panel, you save some money, or you have like kind of a better heater, or, you know, you can rent your property out to other players. Just loads of different ways you can level up your building. You can loads of different stuff what could like come out, and this is what I want to see, and this is what I believe will drive a bigger economy in Upland. Because whether you like it or not, layer 2, like layer 3, level 5, smart app, super app, like, it all comes down to it. Like, every single person I know is coming to Upland for property and to trade and buy and sell property. They've not come in for FIFA, they've not come in for layer 2, they've not come in to try and get on these other games. They've come in because it's a property trading game. And if that disappears, I believe, yeah, it's like anything can happen. So I believe it needs to stay more like property trading game. Like, that's its roots. Like, it can go any way it wants, but at least have good utility for the property. Like, have good menus, have good, like, kind of this extra earnings. Maybe that can go straight now to property. Like, I build an apartment. Why am I building an apartment? Why is Stosh giving me more utility for having that apartment than like Upland, where I bought the apartment in, or built the apartment in, is? So, like, I want to see utility on the apartments. I want to see a higher percentage, and I want to see like other stuff coming in, because like, I believe property could, like, Upland could be just like sailing away in the wind if property utility comes in and other stuff as well. Every player will be over the moon. Like yeah, it's like monster trucks are great, but like, give us like the property utility. Like, put the monster trucks further back, and like the burn, like, let's get to the structures and the utility, because there's so much happening in Upland. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen like soon. I can feel something happening. I'm excited. I love Upland, and I love the developers behind Upland, but I just want to like use my property like I can in Tycoon, and do other stuff in the game. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what comes in the next few days. We'll be back for another video tomorrow, as well as I'm at the dentist tomorrow. But we'll come back and film a video after that as well. So yeah, love to see what you all think. Hopefully this video's helped. Hopefully you've calmed down a little bit now as well. And then yeah, let me know in the comments what you're feeling, if you think it's a good idea, or let me know in the comments what you'd like me to talk about or explain next as well. Click the link in the description if you want to sign up to Upland. The link is down below. You can get a 50% bonus onto 100,000 UPEX, and then also the Granada Hills Discord node is down below as well. So yeah, thank you for watching so much, and I really do appreciate the support. Click that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. METAVERSEMILLEN, peace.